Hello, junior fans, here with head coach Garrett Strot. Another episode of Stall Talk brought to you by Visit Pasco and Hilton Garden Inn, Tampa North. Happy Halloween, another week of hockey in the books against the Eels last weekend. Elite winning both games, Premier dropping 2. Coach, new player on the Premier team, Brody Horishak. What'd you see from him?
I liked how Brody played. He went out there and worked hard. He actually had some scoring chances, and for just, he came from the U18 level and just his first game and really not knowing anybody, he had some chances. I think once he gets more used to the pace a little bit, it's going to help him, but I think he's a player that definitely will help us.
Playing the junior Blades this weekend, and the Premier team comes to mind when it comes to the junior Blades, how frustrating they've had games against them. Great goalkeeping from the Blades, but what does the Premier team need to do to get over the hump and turn some of these losses into wins?
Yeah, we watched some video today actually on our last game against them, and we did play really well that game. But I think one thing we got to do a better job of is we got to get more traffic in front of the net. Their goalie has been putting up ridiculous numbers, so we got to get traffic in front and get some tips and redirections on them. That's going to be the biggest thing.
And flipping over to the elite side, coming up with 3 big wins over the past 2 weeks against the Eels, all 1-goal games. How impressed have you been with this team and their ability to battle in these close games?
Yeah, they keep coming back, but the problem is that we had chances to put them away, and we actually kind of allow them to come back into the games. Like on Sunday, we were up 4-1, and they kind of relaxed a little bit. Next thing you know, it's 4-4. So we got to do a better job of kind of getting that, putting the pedal to the metal here, and let's pull away from them, because every time that we do, it looks like we might start pulling away from them, they catch right back up, and they're a team that's not going to quit. So we got to do a better job, I think, of being a full 60 minutes when we play against them.
This is a bit of a different question, more about you as a coach. So I know a lot of coaches have their systems, ways they like to play, but how much of or big adaptability is it when you have 2 teams? It's not one size fits all that, hey, practice at 1 p.m., you're going to have to say something different than practice at 4 p.m. What is that like?
Yeah, especially it depends on your personnel, but yeah, like last year, both teams played different style. This year, both teams have been playing a little bit different styles, so a lot of it goes into you got to maybe do a few different things in practice than that you would for the other team. But yeah, you can't really just force it, one way for both teams. You got to see what you have and what you have available and what that team's good at and what the other team maybe needs to do differently. So it is something. I look back at the days I only coached one team and think, boy, how easy was that? When you only had one team to worry about, 23 guys instead of 46. So, but no, it's worked out really well, and it's been a joy doing both of them, and both teams have adapted really well.
Junior fans, this is head coach Garrett Strot. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Here with Premier forward Paul Flidr, Paul from Prague, Czech Republic. Paul, let's just talk a little bit about that move, because it's a big transition coming from the Czech Republic to America. What's it been like?
It is like huge. I never been to America. I heard about it, and hockey is totally different than in Europe. And like first thoughts when I arrived was like, oh my God, it's amazing. People are so kind, and the first guys I met was Sivas and Buddy, which is Zach Pudaba, and Sebastian Weilenker, and the coach, and everyone was so kind, and they helped me a lot with everything, to buy basic stuff like toothbrush, and so those days were my first days, and I was like, Dad, I love it here. I want to stay here. I want to live here. And then after some time, sure, some struggles, I miss home, I miss family, but I still love it here, and I think it's better life and better everything here. So.
And you have Matej Dadar and Patrick Tuma here as well. How much have they helped in the transition, just getting you comfortable?
Yeah, we're speaking the same language, so that's very nice for me, to feel something Czech, but still, I moved from Czech to, discover America, discover something new. So I like to discover something with them, but still, I like to be in a group of other people. So I'm not 24/7 with them, but they're helping me a lot. Or at least Matej, he's living here for 5 years, so he's helping me a lot with everything, and he's saying to me what's the difference between a Czech and America, so that's helping me a lot.
And you got off to a slow start scoring-wise this year, 1 goal through about 12 games, but you've picked it up find your scoring touch. You had at one point 3 goals in 3 games. What do you attribute that to?
So the hockey is totally different. I need to get used to it, kinda. You know, the language barrier, it's a huge difference. You know, like I screwed up sometimes at practice, and like not just once.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying to do it better, everything, and at the games it's much harder than in Europe. Much more contact. You know, like they're hitting you 100% more than in Europe. In Europe, it's more about skills and passes,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the way how hockey is played in America. So it's better in everything. I think like it's just hockey for me, and that's a thing. What Dadar helped me too with playing hockey here. So that's what I'm thank to Dadar actually.
Junior fans, this is Premier Forward Paul Flidr. Paul, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here with elite defenseman Parker Chadwell. Chadwell, the hero on Friday night, the OT winner against the Florida Eels. And that was in a situation where a penalty for them was just expiring. You guys are about to go on the kill, but you zoomed in on the left side of the offensive zone. Just take us through that goal.
Well, I sat on the bench before we got that penalty. I was like, wow, if we're going to score, we need to do it 3-on-3. And so I went out there next shift, got that puck, saw open space, and just took it.
This has been quite the gauntlet the past 2 weeks against the Eels. This is your prime competition in the state of Florida. 3 games, 3 wins, all by 1 goal, 2 in overtime. What has it been like playing in these games?
It's been pretty intense. We've been slowly figuring out how to work around the Eels team, and it's just been getting better and better.
One of my pickups from you on Friday was you were a lot more physical, playing the body a lot more. The checking game was going. Is that something that you've been trying to work on?
Yeah, it has been. Being a bigger body out there and really intimidating the other team.
And your brother Ethan's on the Premier team. He's been with the juniors for a couple seasons now. How big of an influence was he in your hockey career, and how important is it to you to be able to play in the same organization as him?
It's pretty sweet to be able to be in the same like locker rooms as he is. He's basically the reason why I started, so it's been pretty fun.
Junior fans, it's elite defenseman Parker Chadwell. Parker, thank you very much.